Today, we're going to talk about everyday carry, and specifically within everyday carry, we're going to talk about carrying a firearm. Here at Wild and Kingdom, we obviously believe in carrying, but in America, there is a never-ending controversy around guns. So at some point in this conversation, we are actually going to talk about whether or not Christians should carry or whether Christians should even defend themselves or not. So to kick this thing off, we're going to head out to the gun range with Kevin Clow, who is a certified gun nerd, which I absolutely love, and we're going to talk to him about the fundamentals of actually carrying properly, how to pick the right gun, and then all the steps that follow after that to ensure that those of you who do carry safely. All right, Kevin, so before we get into guns and type of guns, what would you tell someone who either already carries or wants to carry as the number one principle going into that decision?
Yeah, man, it's a really easy answer. The answer is pick a gun that you're actually going to carry. So many guys watch these guys on YouTube and they buy a full-size handgun and they put the big flashlight on it and the big red dot on it. And it's a big heavy gun and it's a great handgun. But if you're gonna put it in your waistband and you're gonna get into your car and you're gonna realize that's uncomfortable, or you gotta go to work and you gotta sit at a desk for 8 hours straight with this big heavy gun poking into your leg, you might make it a couple days and then you're gonna decide, I can't sustainably carry this, I'm just gonna leave it at home. So I would say buy a gun that you're going to reliably carry, that you're looking forward to putting in your waistband, putting in your pocket, whatever your modality of carrying is. Pick the gun you're gonna bring with you out the door every single day. If it's a .380, you might not have the stopping power of a 9mm or a 40, but if you have it with you, that's better than a big, powerful gun that's left at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's safe to say that the .380 in your pocket is a lot better than the 9mm that you left at home.
Absolutely. Stopping power should be a secondary consideration to actually having the gun on your person.
Right. And at that point, you're kind of just having a really heavy paperweight just sitting on your desk if you're not going to carry it around.
All it is a paperweight that's not with you when you need it.
That's right. So you said that you prefer to carry appendix over your hip or 4 o'clock or in your pocket. And why is that? Why do you choose to do appendix over something else?
You know, for me, it really comes down to I feel more in control of the gun if it's in front of me. If the gun's behind me, I don't know, did I stand up from a chair and my shirt come up and now my gun's exposed to everybody behind me? That's literally happened to me before in a crowded room full of people. And so I can look down, I can tug down, I can make sure my shirt's in front of it. Also, I spend a lot of time in the car and I've experimented a little bit with 4 or 5 o'clock carry. And if I'm sitting in the car for a long time, that gun is just pushing into my body. It's just not comfortable for me. And going back to what we said earlier about something that's going to be comfortable and sustainable, for my lifestyle, how much I'm on the go, it's just not sustainable for me to carry a gun here. If I had to carry it there, I wouldn't carry it.
Yeah.
So it's a number of factors, but I just like it in front of me where I know no one's reaching up and touching it that I can't see. No one's coming up from behind me and grabbing it. It's there, it's covered, it's concealed, and if I need to get to it, I've practiced that motion so many times, it's a quick draw for me at this point.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I think it makes a whole lot of sense for what you said about being in control. There is something to that about it being right there in front of you and next to your hands, not where it is exposed or somebody else could get to it or see it. It kind of gives you a little bit more peace of mind, especially when we're talking about carrying a gun.
For me, I feel my situational awareness is just improved if it's in front of me. Because if a situation happens and there's a threat in front of me, all of my focus is here in front of me. My gun's in front of me, my eyes are in front of me. I don't have to do anything going to the back. Everything is threat facing and threat forward. And for me, I just feel more in control. I feel more aware of the situation.
Yeah, makes sense. We're about to actually hop into the studio with Kevin where we can sit down, talk about his life story, and then get really nitty and gritty on guns because
let's do it.
You are a gun geek, right? Is that fair to say?
It's a very fair statement.
Yeah, so I'm excited to pick your brain about why you love guns so much and what they mean to you and why you've dedicated so much time to that. But before we jump into the studio, just to recap, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, it sounds like our top 3 rules, here we go. Find a gun that is comfortable to you, something that you're actually willing to take with you every time you leave the house and not leave it at the house. Once you've done that, find a spot on your body that's comfortable to carry in. And once you've figured out what's comfortable to you, repetition. Put the gun in the same spot every time. Practice your pull there when you put it back there. Find what's comfortable to you so you'll actually carry the gun. Right?
Absolutely. I would say practice is really what it comes down to. And most guys think, I gotta go buy a bunch of ammo, I gotta get to the range, I gotta shoot 500, 1,000 rounds a month. You should shoot, you definitely have to shoot, but I'd say 80% of getting better as a shooter is done with no ammo in the gun. It's dry fire. It's learning to draw the gun from your holster and present it with a sight picture so that becomes muscle memory and you don't even have to think about it. But the last thing I'd add, Jasper, the last thing I'd add to the list that you just gave me is practice in realistic shooting scenarios. The majority of gunfights, the majority of self-defense shootings, they happen at close range. So guys like to go way far out and try to make precision shots one at a time, like precision marksman, and there's a skill to that. You should absolutely learn to be a precision shooter. But that's not what a gunfight's going to look like. A gunfight's going to happen close, and it's going to happen fast. So you need to get distances like this where we're 5-7 yards from the target, and you need to practice pulling that gun out and putting as many rounds on target accurately as you can, as quickly as you possibly can, because that's what's going to win the gunfight. So practice, but practice realistically.
Right, yeah, that's important. All right, so now we're going to jump in the studio and sit down and talk about all the fun stuff, some really fun stuff like the theology of whether Christians should carry or not.
Let's do it.
It's going to get fun in there.
Absolutely. Look forward to the conversation.
Yeah, same.